Growing tomatoes from seed is easy, but things can suddenly take a wrong turn and totally ruin your tomatoes. Hi everyone, welcome to Dr. Obi's Garden. In this video, I discuss 7 common mistakes that can cause crop failure when growing tomatoes and how to avoid them. Let's get to it. 1. Inconsistent water supply. Tomatoes require regular source of water for proper growth. Inconsistent watering makes them prone to pest and disease attack, as well as physiological disorders such as fruit cracking and blossom end rot, especially when it happens during fruiting. Inconsistent watering can cause blossom end rot by limiting transport of calcium throughout the plant, even if there is enough calcium in the soil. Therefore, be sure to provide sufficient water throughout the growing period. Water deeply at regular intervals, especially during flowering and fruiting. Mulching can also be used to conserve moisture around the plant to prevent the rapid depletion of water around the root zone. 2. Inappropriate nutrition. Lack of the appropriate nutrients can also cause stunted growth and poor development. Physiological disorders on fruits such as blossom end rot can also be caused by calcium deficiency. Applying compost or balanced fertilizer with micronutrients often helps. In the case of blossom end rot, calcium nitrate fertilizer or addition of crushed egg cells can be incorporated into the soil, coupled with consistent water supply. 3. Not controlling pests and diseases. Pests can damage tomatoes at all stages of the crop life cycle. Pests like whiteflies transmit diseases, especially viral diseases, which are difficult to control. Others, like spider mites, depending on when they attack, can reduce yield and shorten the growth period of the crop. Therefore, it is important to scout for and control pests in the garden before their populations grow out of proportion. Organic pesticides like neem oil or even a few drops of dish soap in a gallon of water, when sprayed on the pests at frequent intervals, work great. Be sure to always test pesticide on a small area of the crop before applying on the entire crop. Diseases can often lead to partial or complete loss of your harvest, and thus need to be managed as soon as infection starts. Control diseases by using the appropriate chemical after proper identification of the disease, or by growing disease-tolerant varieties. The latter is recommended if your area is prone to disease infestation. For larger gardens, better to remove and destroy all bacteria and virus-infected plants to prevent spread to other plants. 4. Starting with the wrong soil. To grow tomatoes, you need a well-drained soil that can hold adequate moisture, but most importantly, the soil shouldn't harbor any bacteria or fungal pathogens that cause diseases of tomatoes. Soil-borne pathogens, such as those that cause bacterial and physiodium wilt, can often cause irreversible disease symptoms, which leads to the demise of the tomatoes and the total loss of your harvest, depending on the stage of infestation. Using commercial potting mix often helps prevent such diseases, but they are often a bit expensive. Other alternatives include using soil that has not been previously cultivated with tomatoes for a couple of years, or most importantly, sterilizing the soil, especially with heat, before use. 5. Not pruning or excessive pruning. Pruning side shoots or suckers is a recommended practice to ensure large-sized tomatoes. However, pruning is not a one-size-fits-all technique. The need for pruning or otherwise depends on variety. In general, indeterminate and semi-determinate varieties require pruning, whereas determinate varieties need little to no pruning. Excessive pruning, even on indeterminate varieties, results in lower yield and leaf rolling, whereas little to no pruning on these varieties often results in smaller fruit. I have a more detailed video on pruning tomatoes correctly coming up, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss it. You can also check the description box for more details. 6. Excessive fertilizer use. This point is related to the second point. Appropriate levels of fertilizer is needed for proper growth. However, too much fertilizer, especially those high in nitrogen, can result in luxuriant vegetative growth without producing any flowers. Or even if the flowers form, they are quickly aborted, leading to poor fruit set. If this happens, you get fewer fruits or no fruits at all, depending on the severity. Therefore, it is advisable to use the recommended rate of fertilizer for tomatoes. 7. Saving and reusing seeds from hybrid varieties. Hybrid varieties often have higher yields and vigorous growth that is not passed on to the next generation seeds. Thus, if you save and reuse seeds from a hybrid variety, the growth and yield will be very disappointing. To save yourself from disappointment, you have to buy new seeds of hybrid varieties each time. Or if you are bent on saving and reusing your seeds, which can save you money, then you need to grow only regular organic or heirloom tomato varieties. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Give these tips a try and let me know what you think. If you found this video useful, smash that like button and also share it so that more people will benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already done so. Check out our other videos. We'll see you in our next. Until then, it's adios.